done for something like that. But I'm in my hometown in Ejutla, and I'm a little bit sick, so uh, I'll have to make it short. But I was able to get the permission to go and check out the river for some of the for the water that is contaminated. So I get to just take a look and see what there is. And I was able to collect some materials that would be necessary for the filter. At least at the moment, we got cotton. There's different types of cotton, so that's quite nice. And all of this is naturally made, so that's either perfect or that's even better. So that is a lot better. And the next step, at least for us, for aquaperla, is the business plan. So for those who that's nice, and for those who still don't know like why I make these things, it's because I know I'm gonna die one day. And like until a time machine is possible, YouTube and recording these things is the closest thing we'll have. So um, we'll do that. Um, okay. Some of the things that I've been thinking about for the past few days was I realized that I feel so directionless when I'm just traveling. I don't really have a specific reason for why. So like, I mean, I ate and stuff, and I know I try to limit it. But I realized like, damn, I felt like so directionless. I didn't feel like I had any intentions, and I hated it. Um, I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with it, but for me that's not what I want. So I have to get better at that. And then the next thing is, at least at least for me, is just to recover and all that. And some things that I've learned, some things at least to like keep in mind for this filter is um do less if you want to do more. And I mean at first glance it's a little bit I guess weird to put it, but also because I don't want to use commas. I don't want to use commas, but which is why it also makes it difficult because like the thing with a comma, at least from me from a writer's perspective, because I sometimes still write, is a comma is like you put two ideas in one sentence. But how can you just put one idea in one sentence? That's at least the main thing. That makes people like, wow, that's very eloquent. Like Alpusa. Um, so that's one thing. Um, and when I mean by do less if you want to do more, we have so many things that we try to acquire, we try to um, target on a daily basis. So like some things that I was reflecting on journal that I have here in on my bed was there are like 5 things that have been consuming my mind, but I realized like if I really do want to achieve the highest quality results, I gotta pick one. However, I know that I won't be able to pick one, so I said, okay, just 2 for the rest of the year. If you had to pick 2 things, what it would be? So like the 2 things that I realized was there's aquaperla, there's driving, there's driving, there is the languages, there is the I wouldn't say physical training, but I guess like just trying to look like like very very fit. Like in terms of that, I don't think I'm like at that point where I want to commit myself to that. It's just like more like let's try and put it on the side. So I guess if I had to put 80% of my attention, I think it would go into like 3 buckets would be driving, languages, and the aquaperla thing. However, I know like let's narrow it down a little bit more. So honestly, like I would probably put it like a bit of a I think languages can go on the side for a little bit, and I know that hurts, at least for me. Um, but I can like passively acquire it as I'm focusing on my attention on others. So like one app that you should know is called Toucan. I'll put in the description, but Toucan is like it changes words to a target language that you decide while you're just like working. So it might be a bit annoying at first. So you can change the amount of words it translates into, so, and you just acquire it naturally. So the language that I'm going to learn after Greek is French. So finally, because I found it quite useful if I want to travel to like North Africa, and also for like more south of Africa, not South Africa, just like the third world countries, unfortunately, like Chad, Niger, stuff like that. Um, so I found that quite to be useful, and for me, I'm just gonna get enough of the language just for me to communicate. Because when you learn things or when you acquire things, sometimes you do learn it just to become like the absolute goat. But there are just some where you just use it for like your daily purposes. So that's one thing. And one thing about aquaperla is that I realized is that we may not we may not be the like the Amazon where it's like the main place where we go. It may be that we'll just be we'll only like help a select amount of people, at least maybe from the start. Maybe we might grow out to something bigger. But there's one thing that my grandma was telling me is like one thing is to have talent, another thing is to just be well known. Because at least the way I look at it is, yes, it's kind of true. It's like when the product is so good, like make a product that is so good that marketing feels like a total waste of time. And I think like that's kind of the product that I want is like something that is so damn good that I don't even need the marketing itself. People could like, and it sounds cringy, but like people would pull the billboards instead of like wood having to do it, like instead of like actual wood having to do it. So that's kind of the trajectory that I'm trying to take this filter. Is like I want to make it so good that I don't that people will hold the signs for me for us. I don't need to pay for billboards, like or whatever the fuck I need to do. So yeah, that's kind of where I am right now. So I'll keep you updated on all this. Um, but honestly, like it feels so peaceful and so nice to like be like to have the privilege to upload these things, whether or not they go viral or not. But like one thing that I don't necessarily regret, but one thing I wish I could have done earlier is like document things, because I know that journals can only go so far, and you know this camera and a pen and paper, sometimes they got more patience than somebody's feedback. Which I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with feedback, but they got more patience and they got more understand for you to like understand like okay, this is the process that you're going through. You're just trying to learn as you go. So yeah, that's just what I've come to my conclusions of. And something that I've also noticed within myself is I have a tendency to sometimes go on binges on like probably YouTube binges, mostly that because this computer I'm recording doesn't have audio, so my phone is recording, just can't see it. Um, so like try and get apps that block how much you would go on an app, and then it would just cut it off completely. Like you wouldn't be able to access it anymore. And I'm going to like I kind of do have to restrain myself. Like you will not like delete the app just so you can get back access to this thing forever. It's like because in some way like you can like go negative on yourself, or you can be like, oh no, like you suck, why should you delete it or stuff like that. But also be like, okay, like I kind of want to fully restrict myself, but also I'm considering getting like one of those flip phones so like I can only do the basics because like hey, less distractions, and whatever does need to like like not necessarily the basics can go on the computer, but I won't be able to get the audio fixed here, so I'll have to wait till I go back to the US. But yeah, so that's that. So that's for my future self. And we'll see how this goes. So I'll report back next Sunday or next Monday. So peace.